bricks on my monitors.
Alrighty. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the House of Holocrons. This time, we're going to be going over another tier list. We're going to be covering clones and Stormtroopers, almost all the way back to some of the Old Republic troopers, too. So more or less going to be a trooper tier-a-thon. Get ready for us not to know who some of them are. It happens. We'll try and look them up as quickly as we can if it doesn't stall too much of the episode. And, of course, probably a little bit of rage-inducing for some of you, as I know a lot of people love certain clones a lot. Like a lot. Clones are a huge part of the Star Wars universe, and very, very well loved and enjoyed. Let's see here. Try and get this away from this point of view so we can kind of see Mike a bit more there. Before we jump too far into it, Mike, would you say you prefer Stormtrooper, Clone Trooper, or something thereafter? A different...
If we separate the two, at least to the two of these, I think I like Clone Trooper a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I like the design. I like Stormtrooper design quite a bit, but Clone you get more variety typically.
A lot, yeah. The Empire doesn't really allow too much variety.
I am probably one of the few that actually prefers Phase 1 clones a lot more than a lot of the later clones.
The Phase 1 clone helmet is really iconic, and I really enjoy it, too. Of course, Rex decided to keep his visor because he couldn't see anything out of the other one, apparently.
Yeah, he basically took the stuff that he liked most out of both of them and kept them that way. So, I mean, if you can get away with it, might as well.
Might as well. I definitely am... I'm a Clone Trooper guy, 100%, just because, again, the variation, the coloring, ARC Troopers... water, underwater, airborne, pilot, all that kind of stuff. They have a lot more variation. Like, TIE fighters kind of look a little similar to Stormtroopers. They're just wearing all black. And, the Magma Guard and random things we're going to be looking at here today in the tier list are also, like, really niche Stormtroopers that are only serve a very specific purpose. But I feel like Clone Troopers are more varied.
There's some New Order troopers also that we'll probably end up covering, because there's some New Order I just realized looking at the list. So we'll cover those.
The New Order ones are very different to me, because the New Order is very much, I almost say, like, just directly pulling off of Stormtroopers. Like, they're not too variant different, but I really did like the design of the sequel helmet, the all-black bar and stuff.
I just wish they could have been... I don't know, it's weird, because I think they did a great job of doing the clone helmet, showing kind of like an early version of the clone. The early version of Stormtrooper. I'm sorry, I got confused because there's two of these are the same.
Some of these lists are shall we say not the best, but guys, of course, it's not the fact that we didn't make these lists, but we're going to happily use them. So...
yeah, I don't know. I feel like the separation, like the transition from, like, Phase 1 all the way to the New Order, it just seems like a weird turn we get to New Order. But it's not a bad turn. I just feel like there's a difference.
So, first off here, I'm very curious about this one, as we have Jango Fett and Boba Fett. Jango Fett's not even a clone. He's the original. He's daddy to everyone, pretty much, of the clones.
He's the grandpapa. He's where it all came. But hey, in a way, he's not a trooper now.
So what do you think? Should we put just a meh, or okay? Because we love him, but he's not really a trooper.
Well, should we go overall? Not being a trooper could be a big one for him.
You're right.
There's some originality with him in a way.
Yeah.
While keeping kind of the origin of the clones of the Stormtroopers and of Boba Fett. He does a pretty decent job of that.
Right.
He's also a pretty good fighter if you go by power.
And I don't see just Boba in here, so I don't know if we want to include the fact that Boba Fett being a clone as well.
Well, it's not a clone list. Yeah, Jango, I think, is only in here because that's where the clones came from.
True, but it's more of a trooper list.
If we don't want to include him because he's technically not a trooper, we can go ahead and skip him.
Yeah, you know what? We'll just throw him down here at the bottom. All right.
So the next one is actually the helmet one of the helmets I have, and that is the Shadow Trooper. I don't know if you're familiar with
Okay.
these
Shadow
guys at
Troopers
all.
were very big. They were a lot bigger in, I believe, the video games, if I am correct.
They were big in Legends. There's a lot in Legends, not
Yeah.
just the games and other stuff, but they were added later with canon, but not
Hmm.
as much as appearance as they were in Legend.
Okay.
Like in canon, we got a little bit later stuff.
Hmm.
I think mostly some Battlefront stuff, since some of that I guess they consider canon
Would
now.
that have been
Um,
Battlefront 1 or like Battlefront 2 on the like original Xbox? They had a
I think
lot
it's
of
because
different characters in those ones.
story trailer. I think that's why.
Oh, okay.
The story. I think
Well, I
that's
know
why they
the
did that.
Shadow Troopers are also in Force Unleashed, but they have like a blue outline to them because they go like invisible sometimes. So
Yeah,
that's
so
not that
that's one
exact
thing
same
that's
one.
unique about them, and the new version of them
Hmm.
is they can carry a portable cloaking device with them, which is unique to a
Yeah.
Stormtrooper.
I'd.
They were actually introduced very early on in the
Mhm.
comics. Actually originated in 1979 was their
Oh.
first appearance,
Oh
which is
wow.
pretty crazy.
Yeah. So there, we got
Um,
like OGs here.
yeah, my guess is maybe they're a lot easier to print because there's often dark backgrounds.
Right.
It's a lot, probably just a lot easier to just do a couple outlines of blue and
Right.
call it a day without having to fill it in with white.
So
But I
on
mean,
this one, let's
it's a
see.
simple design.
Yeah, but it's sleek.
They
It's sleek.
they have often have the mirrored visor, the eyes, which is unique to them, and then
Hmm.
they're all black, and then they keep the blue. But they usually carried upgraded rifles. They typically don't carry the E11s. They often carry the higher. So they usually carry higher end weapons. They can. They're also elite trained, so they
Hmm.
often, if they are with normal stormtroopers, they're often leading the stormtroopers. So, without going on a huge tangent, they're definitely better than a standard
Right.
stormtrooper.
Right.
So if we
Let's
do,
see.
as a trooper, as like meh, which I wouldn't put
I mean, they're
stormtrooper that
definitely
low.
great. Like I could definitely see great
Yeah,
because
let's
this
say
is,
great.
yeah, this is a pretty awesome
They're
trooper.
they're kind of like, I don't know. I wouldn't put them as a tier as an arc trooper, but they're
Hmm.
close to them.
Right.
Um, they're just a really good specialized trooper that can turn invisible, and they, like I said, they carry high tier weapons. So it's like, so yeah, they're pretty tough. Um,
Next, we have the aquatic clone. I don't know their exact
they
detachment.
are called the clone scuba troops.
Scuba troops.
When you first see them, yeah, that's what they're called.
I love that. Scuba
You
troop.
first see the Mon Cala battle in the Clone Wars when they first were introduced, and I honestly think these guys are trash. Um,
I mean, Kit
they're
Fisto would
only good
disagree,
for
but yeah.
they're only good for aquatic planets, which is often limited, and their weapons and everything is just specialized for aquatic battles.
So they're not even like
And
amphibious. They don't really do sea or water. It's okay. Yeah. Okay. That definitely is going to bring them down a bit. That they don't do
they're the dive
anything.
armor.
Yeah.
They're just to help them survive underwater. They have you know the what do you call the feet things? So
Yeah.
they
Flippers.
can't walk well. They can't walk well, and then like I said, their gun is specifically for fighting underwater. So
Hmm.
it's a double barrel
Let's
beam rifle.
see.
That I think they're. I'd put
Think
them pretty
trash.
low.
I'd
I'd
say
probably
man, just because like.
yeah
But
man.
if you face him on a water world, you know Manon, the home planet of the Aqualish and the calamari, the you
Mon
just said it, Mon
Calamari.
Calamar, yeah, Mon Calamar, the planet Mon Calamar, or what is the other? There's a few others where like Kit Fisto comes from and places like that, but I
Yeah.
could definitely see that. And now the exact opposite almost. Looks like we're going over to the Magma
This the
Trooper,
well the technical term is they're called lava troopers
Lava
or
Trooper. Okay, yes. Well, yeah, they're very
so they
specialized,
were
right, to Vader's castle.
yeah, so they were just the fortress guard for the Vader's castle.
Okay.
There's not much known about them. They just kind of stand there. They're in a couple of these short tales about Vader's castle, but
Mm-hmm.
other than the black armor and like specialized fittings to be on Mustafar, which apparently normal people can, looking at Obi-Wan and Anakin. Um, yeah, they don't carry anything special equipment other than that. So I
I don't.
guess
Yeah.
since they're
It.
guards, they should be decent, but
Right, and
I
they're
don't know.
Vader's guards, but at the same time, it's like that's even less specialized than the aquatic guys because they're not really.
I mean, we
Eh,
don't see them very well. I mean, it'd be cool if we saw them more because I bet they'd look a cool design. If we
true.
see
You know,
them.
I don't really like to put anything in the trash category, guys. I'm not gonna lie, because all Star Wars is pretty cool. But
I'd
speaking
put
of,
them I'd put them a little bit above the scuba because they
yeah,
can
okay.
be more useful. Because the scuba,
You know, and
like,
again, Darth Vader does not mess around when it comes to picking his like crew,
yeah,
so I'm
they're
sure they're
definitely
elite.
decent. It's just
Right.
not a lot about them, and you admit the design's cool, red on black. So
Yeah.
it's cool, like hoses coming out.
Now, the
Um,
next ones are one of my absolute favorites. These are my personal favorite clones. Commander Bakara is up there with my top, but this in particular clone, I love the armor. I hope to cosplay this clone one day. This is the 21st Nova Corps, the more or less the Marine.
yeah, aka the Galactic Marine.
Yep, Galactic Marines.
Yeah, I actually had some of their armor for cosplay.
Oh, awesome.
I combined part of their armor
Mhm.
with my original Mandalorian costume. That
Oh, that's cool.
so I still bar the knees, their shoulders, and other stuff. So. Oh yeah, they're another specialized unit.
Yep.
We don't really see them much. They're in the movies. They're known for betraying.
Taking out Kiadi Mundi.
Yeah, Keanu Mundi.
Now, here's the thing. They
Battlefront 2, they're pretty cool.
They have a lot of heavy weapons, so they're like heavy weapons experts, and they're, you know, big cannons, big heavy auto repeating rifles, and you know, repeating blasters. But
necessarily expert. I think they just I think they're just good with everything.
yeah,
I think the whole point about them being the Galactic Marines is because they're also good with vehicles and other stuff. So I think they're just like kind of the multi-tool when you need a kind of.
well, when you look at it too, though, every other during Order 66, most other clone trooper battalions just got the drop on their Jedi. It was only Depa Balaba and Kiadi Mundi who kind of what's going on and was able to kind of defend themselves. And you know, the Marines took down a Jedi Master, so they got to be pretty potent just by themselves. But again, they were just like what? There was like 80 of them firing at one lightsaber, so he's gonna miss eventually.
Yeah, and they have one of the most unique design
Yes.
clones. They have a lot of cloth.
Yes, it's like that nice vinyl cloth.
They have like a coat, like a coat over everything, and then they have a almost mask. It very reminds me of very World War One almost.
Yes, especially the helmet.
Design.
Yeah, the helmet is this very dome with the kind of like outer, I would say, crest.
Coat and stuff. It really looks like he's about to do some
trench warfare.
Or yeah, just some gas attacks. You know.
So I would love to put him up here as great as well, just because it's like my personal favorite. I'd put him insane just because it's me. But like, what do you think?
I think almost if you go by like training and stuff, I'd say they're probably pretty close to training wise. They probably give each other a run for their money.
Yeah.
The only main difference is the Shadow Troopers are more stealth based.
Right.
So it's
these guys are all up in your face pretty much, but they can do stealth ups if they had to.
Yeah, they're the kind of troops that get dropped in and whatever you need them to do, they'll do it.
Right. We'll save Insane and Ultima for pretty much like individuals. That'll make more sense there. But yeah, as a group, yeah, the 21st Nova Corps is definitely great.
So the next one, they're kind of hard to see. Those are forgot the number. They're called Lightning Squadron.
Okay.
I think they're the 61st. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. I know nothing about them.
So they worked alongside Mace Windu. They're most known for. They're just a squadron, but what makes them unique for the squadron is they're most often seen on the recon two-legged walkers.
Okay.
So they're a recon troop. So they do a lot of vehicles, but a lot with the
what is that?
two-legged clone walkers.
AT? No, that's not the ATST. That's
The
look that up.
CT-41. No, that's the clone trooper.
I'll look that up.
I don't remember.
Let's see.
ATRT.
Yes. Oh no, the ATRT is the single person clone walker.
Yeah, they're like ARF troopers, which are the kind of the guys that ride them. They have the visor and everything. Yep. So that's what these guys are. Yeah, they mainly focus on riding these things. They do other ones, but that's like their most thing they're known for.
Well, let's see. It's a cool thing to be. Like, recon's nice. The ARF helmet is very unique.
They tend to die a lot.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, I like the helmet design. I'm always a big fan of the
Mm-hmm.
visor.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, Recon's always good. Recons
Yeah,
usually you get they run up and they scout and they get blown up first, but
that's the whole point, right?
The next one are the hard to see.
That's the
These are
mountain
the
trooper.
no, these are the Stormtrooper patrol troopers.
Oh,
These are
that's right.
basically the police officer troopers.
I actually, yeah.
They carry the sidearm. They don't carry a
Hmm.
rifle. They have special bikes and stuff.
There is a Black
Um,
Series version of them that was sold from
yeah,
the Galaxy's Edge or Disney stores, and
they're a lot. They're in Jedi Survivor quite a bit.
mhm.
They're also in other stuff, but most seen probably in Jedi Survivor, and then yeah, I think just that.
So let's see. They're just cops. They're just pretty
Yeah,
much. They're the
I don't.
enforcers of all the galactic crap. I just call them trash.
I think they're below stormtroopers.
Oh, definitely. They're not even like. It's probably one of those things like if you're not good enough to be a stormtrooper, you become a cop. You're a rent-a-trooper.
Yeah, they're just not as good. Then I mean the designs okay. They mix up the design a little bit.
But it's less
Um,
armor too. That's why. It's not. It's less armor, but it's not as sleek as the scout.
yeah, it's just I like the different design.
It is nice to see a different trooper. But I got. I mean, they're the rejects.
It depends. The next one is the Stormtrooper. I think they're Stormtrooper. I'm gonna be able to check. No, they're clones, so they're late. These are the combat engineers.
Okay.
They belong the 38th Armored Division. Well, they're the subdivision of 38th. They're the Combat Engineer Battalion. Yeah, they're just they do the. They're called the Shvat. They're the self-propelled heavy
Schwat.
artillery turbo lasers.
Oh,
They're the guys on those essentially.
is
Um,
that would that be like the Battle of Geonosis, the things that brought down the techno spheres, or not the techno spheres, but the
I think that's it.
okay, those giant cannons. That would make the
I'm
most
gonna
sense to
double
me.
check.
Yeah.
Is it? Trying to think. Let me just Google this real quick. Because I think that's what that is. It's those. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's those.
Giant beam
Did you ever play
cannons.
the Genosian game, or not the game based on
Just the
Attack of
Clone
the
Wars.
Clones?
Yeah. You
You
drive
get
around
to
in a
play.
tank a lot.
You
And,
get one of those things in it. It's like a giant hover laser thing.
yeah.
They're the ones that shoot down the flying ships that try to escape, and
Big old
yeah,
spheres.
they're the guys that operate those.
All right. Well,
Those things
that's
are pretty
powerful.
cool.
Very iconic
Their
when you see him in the scene from
their design is really basic though.
Clone
They're
Wars.
just in full
Yeah.
armor with a little like dark brown burgundy on them, and they
Yeah.
have a little design on their chest. Other than that, yeah, they're just really basic design.
Hmm.
They're pretty powerful if you count their vehicle, but it's slow and they need support.
Right.
Um, I would say probably
I
okay
think. Okay.
or
Yeah.
meh,
That's what I was
maybe.
gonna say. I could go to mad just because again it's so stylized, and if that thing's by itself without other troopers around, it's getting blowed up.
I'm just more disappointed in their basic design. They're
Hmm.
barely painted.
Right.
So the next one we have is
It
the
looks like what Commander
41st.
Gree and it's his whole it's a whole battalion.
So
Okay.
41st Elite Corps. Yeah, they're led by Gree. And it's the whole corps, which I think is odd that they
Yeah.
picked every trooper. Because they have their own variants, so they don't, they have their own versions of Rangers, their own,
Right.
so I don't know if we should classify these as a trooper. I mean, if we want to, the design is cool. I like the green. Some get the camouflage design. Gree himself is awesome. I don't know if he's on this list, but he probably is.
If we see him on the list, I don't want to include him in this because I've always liked though he has that nice green visor. They almost like stirrup suspenders where he has like all his ammo
Yeah,
stuff.
he's one of the. Yeah, he's on the list. He's near the bottom.
Okay, then yeah, we'll just call yeah. If this is just going to be the green
Very
clones,
unique design, so that'd be cool to talk about.
yes.
I
But
mean, their
with them
unit's
is
pretty cool.
yes, I would definitely say but they're also like specialized for jungle warfare, which is one of the like most extreme warfare types. If
Well,
aside
it's
from
hard
like
to-
trench,
they do the whole core that way instead of
right?
just troopers.
But I just put them in okay. I mean, they're great.
Troopers.
You
As
know,
a core, as a core, if we compare to the other cores, I would put them up there. I honestly like them better than the
Okay.
first ones because the
Oh,
first ones just have Well, they just get Rex, you know.
Well, they have Rex. You know, they have a lot of ARC troopers.
Yeah, so do these guys. I mean, that happens with every corps. It's just
True.
we only see 501st because of the main characters.
Again, see, yeah. Well, all right. So, what do you think? Good or great?
Put them good, I guess.
Good. So, I want to make a I just want to do like a nice, what is it? Not confrontational, but let's just say a hot topic trigger point. That's the whole thing with the 501st too. It's like everyone gives Rex all this credit, and I love Rex. Yeah. I love Rex, but he's only as cool as he is because he's the one who got stuck with Anakin.
Yeah,
If it had been Bakara, if it had been Gree, if it had been Bly, we would have loved them way more than any of the other clones because they spent all that time with Anakin. And then next, is it another corps next or like a group?
Oh, I just found Boba Fett is on this list.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, okay.
The next is the 442nd Siege Battalion. They look really similar to the last one.
Siege.
They have Plo Koon as their command officer, if that helps you. Not a lot about these guys. They don't go with Plo Koon very often.
Right, he's more of a Wolfpack kind of guy.
Yeah, these are, I think this was his early unit, or maybe during the movie.
Okay.
Let's see the sources from them. We first see them in Obi-Wan 3. Is that the comic?
Oh, yeah, it must be one of the comics then.
It's the comic, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it must have been just a random side corps.
Yeah, there's not a lot about these guys.
Well,
they have green lime green paint jobs.
Green's my favorite color, so you know what? We'll put them in okay. They're not bad. Yeah, but it's not bad. At least they're more colorful than the other ones.
The next one's gonna be more difficult because this is a Legends regiment. This is from the first Clone Wars show.
Oh yeah.
These are the 101st Regiment.
They were pretty much the originals, right? This is supposed to be like the first troopers that hit the ground.
Regiment under the command of Padawan Daryawara.
Oh, never mind. Nope, never mind.
They're part of the 7th Legion, consisted of over 2,000.
I mean, they did pretty cool stuff in that show. I've always remembered that original Star Wars.
Yeah, they're
Clone Wars, but
season.
I would put them in good just because I mean, in those Clone War, like those clones, in those like that style and that show, they took out a lot of droids.
Yeah, but if we go with design like that, they are just plain color. They don't have any unique affiliation to them.
Yeah.
This is phase 1. This is before we really started affiliating with colors.
Right.
So there's no uniqueness to them, their looks. But yeah, if we go off the show that they're in, they were pretty cool. I don't know about these ones specifically since they belong to Padawan.
Yeah.
They're probably just because they only appeared in, I think, 1 episode. So these guys themselves probably are probably okay.
Okay, I can see that. All right, is this another? We got another ARF trooper down here.
This one is actually a commander.
Okay.
Oh, maybe he's not. Yeah, he is a commander. He is known as Trauma.
Okay.
Recon Force Scout Trooper, Clone Commander, served Grand Army. He served with Jedi Master under the Jedi General Halsey. He's from the Clone Wars. Fought against Dooku at one point.
Okay.
I don't know too much about him. He is ARF troopers. He's I guess he's a medic since he's called Trauma, or
he just has a lot.
That's a terrible name to be called.
Right. Trauma. Yeah. If you're not a doctor.
It's an intimidating name. It's like I'm gonna give you Trauma.
Yeah.
He's cool looking.
Again, that helmet is really nice. But he's a commander, so I'd put him in good at the minimum. You think?
He's in 2 Clone Wars episodes. He's in,
right.
The Clone Wars called The Monster and Witches of the Mist. But being a clone commander, he's probably one of the lower clone commanders.
Yeah.
Don't see him much. But he's better than a single troop, that's for sure.
Right.
The next one is a commander as well. Sorry, I didn't save the next
one.
Oh, Wrecker.
Yeah, the next one is bigger than just a commander. The next one is Wrecker, and then Wrecker is.
Yeah, I skipped Wrecker because I didn't need to save a page for him.
Right, exactly. We all just know who Wrecker is. So I would honestly want to put almost Wrecker on Ultima because he's the strongest clone possible. Period. Like there's no clone stronger than him.
Yeah, he breaks the laws of normal physics.
As in a trooper, he wins.
Strong, that would never be possible for his frame. But his design, he's got a really unique helmet. I don't know if you ever see a helmet shaped like that.
He's massive. Very unique chest plate that's very heavy, very thick.
And we see a lot of him in the show. He's a cool character.
Oh yeah.
Cool design. He's strong. So yeah, I would put him at least great at the minimum. I hate that they have insane on here.
Yeah. I would definitely got to be. I would just say Ultima. I mean, no. I feel like Ultima because Bad Batch is like those are the most special forces of special forces in the clone army.
Yeah.
But it's also because they're enhanced.
Yeah, I would definitely put them above the Shadow and the.
Yeah. All right. Next is one of my favorite designs, is in color scheme, the green and yellow. That would be Commander Doom.
Yeah, Doom.
Doom. Doom, 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 doom. I'm gonna sing the Doom song.
I think he's served with Jedi Generals Teeply and her sister Tiplar. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Okay, but I've heard, like I've seen a lot. There's a lot of figures actually, like the 3.75. There's like a few good figures for Doom Squad or whatever.
Cool design.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got the lime green again.
With yellow accent, the comma skirt, but also has the almost like not the range, but the Cody style of like visor.
I'm trying to think what his unit is, but I don't remember what his unit's called.
Commander Doom. But I gotta take a few points away to me personally just because of the name. I think that's a little on the silly side.
Yeah, it's kind of cheesy. Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Anakin Skywalker.
He's a commander though, so if we're
he's a very strong commander. Yeah.
Good. I'd put him above the last commander because he actually is in more. I mean, he's in 2 episodes, but you know.
But he has a figure, so that's something.
Yeah.
Definitely great. All right, next is this just like the entire another core again?
Yeah, this is the.
This guy's on here twice.
It's Obi-Wan's one, whatever they're called.
And where does Boba Fett go? I know I saw him too. Yeah, there's Boba Fett. Why are you in there? You're not a trooper.
It's Cody's group.
Yeah, they're good, but again, I just put them in okay because it's like as a core, the cores themselves, none of them really shine too great except for very specific, like specialized cores.
Well, the one thing I like about Cody's, which is, I think is it the 212th? Yeah, it's the 212th.
Yeah, 212.
They have these specialized units that are pretty unique to them. They're not the only ones that have them, but they're known for them, which are the orbital drop ones, the shock troopers that have the very unique helmet.
Very unique. One of my absolute favorite helmets, but the Purge Trooper makes it better.
They nicknamed the Beehive helmet.
Yeah.
It looks like a beehive.
It does look like a beehive.
Yeah, they're one of the top cores. I mean, Commander Cody's leading them.
He's the marshal. He's like the marshal of the entire army. You think put him a little bit better? Put him up to good?
I would put him above the current the ones that we have.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I'd say they're better than Magma Troopers, honestly.
Yeah.
They're probably better trained because it's Commander Cody.
So next we have, is this a individual dude or is this just the First Order?
It's the Executioner Trooper. It's a specialized First Order Trooper. They get the electric axe.
Okay. An electric axe is pretty badass, so that puts you at least better than okay.
They have they have slightly cut, like it's like a black stripe. It's hard to tell in the picture, but they have a black stripe on their helmet. They have black shoulder pads. They were First Order Stormtroopers randomly selected from existing ranks assigned to dispense final justice on enemies and traitors. So they get this cool, like, this axe that has electric energy that kind of goes between them. They're in the movie.
Yeah.
They look cool.
I just put them at good because it's an axe. That's just pretty cool. It's a unique weapon.
They're executioners, which is very
very different, very dark, very different. It's not something you really ever heard of before in Star Wars, so I have no idea what this next one is because all I can see is a comma and a chest plate.
Scroll down a little bit.
Bam. This is whoever this guy is. That looks like almost.
Oh, it's weird how it did that for you. I can try to look them up real quick.
Well, let's see. Let me just grab another thing real quick that we can talk about.
This is where I ended. This is the This is the Clone Cold Assault Trooper.
We have quite literally more ARF troopers right here, like the same exact thing. So we'll just put them right
variants,
there. But yeah.
So the one you were asking about, we can't see the head, is called the Clone Cold Assault Troopers. These are the troopers specialized for cold weather.
Okay, so that guess what? Meh. You're very centralized to just a planet. Hoth, who cares? I mean, like it's useful, but only there. I know this one here should be Commander Oppo. This one here. Now, Oppo in the Clone Wars has a arrow on his helmet because he's named after Appa from Last Airbender because Dave Filoni worked on that. In the Clone Wars, or not in the Clone Wars, but in the Revenge of the Sith, he does not have that. And for whatever reason, that's the Hasbro Pulse decision, was to make a figure that didn't have the exclusive arrow, meaning it's just a 501st guy that has a removable helmet, and you can call him Oppo if you want. To me, that's very much just like a meh. Like you're no different. You're no different than any other 501st now.
You sure that Trooper is not the one with the blue line across the?
No, I know that exact scene. That's where they're firing on the Jedi that is protecting Senator Bail Organa.
Okay, yeah.
Looks like we have we have a Scout Trooper style down here, like in a green Scout Trooper.
I just looked it up earlier. I gotta find it again. They are the Cave Troopers. They are very little about them. They have only showed in like the Encyclopedia of Imperial Troopers and stuff like that. They're specialized stormtroopers that scout. They carry oversized vibro knives apparently.
Trash.
They have low light visor that helps them see in the dark. It's just for exploring caves.
They're spelunkers.
So we got another green one, it looks like.
Which, yeah, he doesn't. I don't think that's a unique clone. It's just another.
I think it's another squadron.
Yep, that's probably the one that was with Depa Balaba because they have the same coloring.
Oh no, these are different. Sorry, these are called anti-troopers.
Anti-troopers. Okay, now they're a little bit cooler. What's going? What? I'm down for an anti-trooper, but
page for them.
The next one is well known. That is the artillery trooper, stormtrooper, of course, that we get to see in the Mandalorian.
These ones I don't think are canon, anyways. These ones apparently were.
Oh, gross.
I don't know. They're called anti-troopers. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just move on then. We'll go to the artillery trooper. Actually, they have their own setup. They carry the artillery on their backpack. So they're mobilized. They can just go anywhere, set up shop, and start raining shells down, which is very useful.
It's a very useful thing on the battlefield to begin with. Mortars have been around for a very long time.
Yeah.
Way longer than most people realize. They had those, and it's an early. Ever since the invention of black powder, mortars have been around before guns have.
Yeah, you just launch something in. It's not a hard concept. Launch thing into air over wall to hit enemy. But awesome design. I like all the yellow stripes that are on them. They're not like a big block of yellow anywhere besides the pauldron. The pauldron's lovely. I love what was once known just as the Sand Trooper pauldron, which has gone to a lot of others.
They have a really good design.
Yes. I'd put them at good, yeah, just because really great paint job, very, very great specialized weapon. Now imagine, of course, like in a lot of video games, if you saw one of those artillery troopers, just shoot him in the backpack.
So the next one are pretty impressive.
Is that the Shadow Scout Trooper? something like that.
They're called the original. Their real name is that's a nickname. Their
Okay.
real name are called Storm Commandos. They're also called Imperial Commandos or Storm or Shadow Scouts, Special Forces.
Love the
They're
design.
the
I love the
specialized
Scout
Scout
Trooper.
Troopers. Um, they are just like hardcore Scout Troopers that actually are good at their job. Um, there's a lot about them.
Let's see.
Cool design. They're basically the Scout Trooper with slightly better upgraded armor.
Hmm.
So if you get a good look at a better picture of them, their armor is actually a bit more bulky and a bit more sturdier, and they're all black. So
I would definitely
it makes
say
sense.
we need to put
Scout
them at
Trooper,
great.
when you Scout Trooper's trying to be on stealth, it'd be like a sniper.
Hmm.
They're wearing white armor, which is dumb. So yeah.
Next is a type of flame trooper.
Let me pull it up so I can pull up the image separately.
Right.
Oh yeah, these are the. It looks orange, but they are not orange.
Yep, that's just from the flame.
Fire. These ones are clones, I believe. Let me get the actual name real quick. Oh no, this is a unique. This is, I think. No, this is. Just a clone flame trooper. I think is what they call them.
Okay, well that'll go.
I think there's a unique trooper that belongs to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the BTX X Heavy Republic Flamethrower. Yeah, they're Republic Flamethrower.
I'd say okay, just because flamethrowers aren't super useful in a lot of Star Wars because there's not that many tight, compact areas.
They're just most known for the second Battle of Geonosis, which, you know.
So let's see.
Good. As long as they're terrible against a lot of droids. I mean, you can melt components and stuff, but some droids probably would do better against fire than humans would.
We're gonna move these guys because I don't know what that picture's trying to show us. This is, I know, a very specialized squad. Phase 1. I've always liked the design, that like purple.
Oh,
are they demolitions? Yeah, they're the demolitions, I believe. At least from what I believe, I remember, they might be a demolitions corps.
The ordnance specialists.
Okay.
They're bomb
squad. Yeah, bomb squad.
Very orange.
Very orange. You know, which makes sense. Orange is like a hazard thing. Like, hey guys, if you see these dudes around, be careful. Don't go near them. They might have explosives on them or around them at any moment in time. I know they were used in a good amount of Clone Wars episodes. I think maybe at least more than 3, maybe? 2 to 3, 4? I put that at good as well, because that's just so specialized, but it's so useful, because, you know, bomb squads for anti-terrorist or for other types of missions, that's extremely important.
So, the next one...
Are those the Sith Troopers?
Yeah, it's the Sith one.
Which, I give them a few points, because the Sith Troopers are the only reason we have Darth Revan and Darth Tenebris as canon names. We don't know anything really about them from canon yet, but there was a Revan Corps and a Tenebris Corps, which does canonize those Sith Lords. So that's cool. I like the design, the lines.
It's cool. It was cool, the introduction. It's like, hey, we're getting a third movie. Well, not third movie. These are second movie, right?
No, I think third. It might be the third, because they show up at the Sith Eternal Cult. Because they're Palpatine's personal...
The Sith Eternal Cult, my problem with it is they introduce it so late, and they give you just enough that this could be interesting, and then it's like a whole letdown. They could have built so much about it. There isn't a lot of books on them yet. There's some, but they could do more.
Now, the big thing is Battlefront.
Especially with the name Sith Eternal Cult.
Right. The only time you really see these Sith Troopers in action, apart from the screen, and you don't see them that much doing anything too crazy, is on Battlefront, where they are actually a specialized trooper with a very specialized blaster rifle. It has a charge-up ability, so it can release like a huge blaster bolt that almost explodes. It has like a burst fire. It's a very fast reload first-order weapon, so it's very specialized. It's extremely powerful weapon. So they're a very good unit, and they're Palpatine's picked. Like, these are... You had to be better than the First Order to be a part of this group.
Yeah, they're definitely better than your standard Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
The design is cool, yet kind of lame. The lines are cool, but the all red...
Yeah.
I don't like it. I wish they would at least darken the red or
Mm-hmm.
given some more black, like black and red mixed, and that
Yeah.
just paint it
Or just like a
bright.
nice Sith emblem on the center or something.
It's just like how well can we do to make our troops stand out more than they
Yeah.
already do? Like it's the
Stark white.
brighter the better.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like a reflective red. The next one are actually characters, or
That
we can
would
count them as the
is it Domino
recruits.
Squad?
Yeah, or we can count them as the recruits because they're wearing the recruit armor. It's up to you.
Domino Squad
Um,
consists of who though? Because if they're in the list already, we don't want to.
I think he dies. The one that's on the
He does. Yeah, I think he does. I think it's a heavy.
because I think only one. It's the whole squad if you look
Yeah.
at the image.
Which
It's up to you. I mean,
I'm
at
gonna
this
put them in
point
okay
time,
because to me they're just a thing of like great episodes, but
you
it's
get
just a squad.
the recruit armor, which is cool.
Yeah.
We get more backstory.
Yep.
Power, they're probably one of the lowest power because
Yeah.
they're not troopers yet.
Now next is if I believe is that Commander Wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah, Commander Wolf. I'm gonna put up here almost an insane because that dude is crazy. The Wolfpack, the 104th Battalion. What are they? I can't believe they're the battalion. Though those are the Wolfpack. Leader is Plo Koon, and man, they are apparently nuts crazy. They are like.
Which is one thing that's cool about the Wolfpack. They bear the unique insignia that originally was kind of made to be a Mandalorian insignia. That Dave Filoni kind of adopted as his favorite design. But he didn't actually come up with this wolf design. I think he modified it, but it was an old Mandalorian
Yeah.
symbol. I think that was the idea that in the legends that they got the design from the Mandalorian that trained them.
Right.
Put it on his armor and stuff. But yeah, they get a very unique because they just most of these, even the 501st and all these, they just have a color.
Right.
Paint part of the armor, whereas the Wolfpack actually has a cool pauldron design.
Very specialized helmets. Very like all of them have very unique helmets.
They're the most unique, like paint as a general color.
And some of the most individuals, like they're very different personalities. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'd think gray would be boring, but yeah, they are one of the most known troopers in the Clone Wars.
And again, Plo Koon leads them, and they have really touching scenes. That's still one of my favorite episodes where, what is it? So the clones were meant to be expendable. Not to me. Like, that's always one of my favorite things. I have no idea what that is. We're going to move that real quick, because that's just some officer. Whatever. So that will give us Tech. I mean, Tech's got to go up here again with Ultima. He's so smart. Like, he's ridiculously smart. He's also dead, but he's ridiculously smart.
It's
yeah, next one's going to be Bly. I love Bly. I've always actually really loved Bly's design.
Bly
the ARC Trooper comma, the Heavy Pauldron, the Scout, or the Rangefinder. What do you think?
I agree are my favorite designs.
Insane?
Yeah, we don't really get to see too much of them, not compared to some of the others.
Yeah.
A sad thing. Awesome design, very iconic design.
Lots in the comics. Apparently him and Aya Sakura were very close to just running away together.
Didn't they say she might be still alive now?
No.
I saw somewhere.
A lot of people were trying to say that because I saw one panel from the new Dr. Aphra Star Wars comics in which there is an illusion of Shakti and Aya Sakura in a Jedi temple.
I'm glad I'm tired of seeing somehow another Jedi survives.
No, bro, they did. Yeah,
What's
yeah, no.
the point of Order 66 and only like the
dude?
Jedi...
If Aya Sakura survived Order 66, I would be livid. She got shot like 55 times. Point blank. They just were over her shooting. She had like one of the most hardcore executions. Ooh, some random blue Jedi. There's another Twi'lek. You don't even know. Next, is this another... This is a commander or an ARC...
This is an ARC Trooper. It's not a specialized ARC Trooper. It's just the...
Okay. I put them in gray. ARC Troopers are specially designed to be quite amazing fighters.
ARC Troopers are the top tier troopers. Mm-hmm. They've changed a bit since Legends. In Legends, they were specially trained by Mandalorians.
Yeah.
That's why they look so unique, because they kept a lot of the symbols and the commas and stuff like that were unique to Mandalorians that they borrowed from the people that taught them. regardless, they still are different. There, a lot of them are on the level of clone commanders. So a lot of clone commanders are also ARC troopers.
Yeah.
Um, they get jetpacks and pistols, which are kind of lame.
But that's all they need. That's why they put it. All I need are these two pistols, and I'm good, bro. Every now and then you'll see him with a big blaster, though. I know Fives uses one a few times.
But these are like, these are like the top tier, like special force units that you.
Next, we have an airborne battalion. That's not bad, but again, that's just like the C-bit people. That's just extremely specialized. Again, one of my favorite commanders, Bakara, the leader of the Nova Corps, we already talked about there, the Space Marines. Pretty unique helmet. The rest of his body's not super unique. He has very average clone armor, but he has a unique pauldron. The strain, I don't get the point for them besides just like, I guess, extra plating. But he has these, it adds some vibe to it. He has the cheek plating, and his helmet comes off to a little bit of a dome with it.
What's his special? What are they again?
Oh, the Nova Corps. That's the Marines.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know why. It looks like it'd be harder. I don't know. Harder to breathe or something. I don't know.
I have no idea why it's there. I'm just gonna say it's because it gives him extra defense.
About him.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something about him and the equipment. I'm sure I can read about why he has
such a. Because it is a very unique helmet with the rest of his armor looking so just Phase 2 clone. But it is a very, very specialized, and he doesn't even carry a lot of the same color as his core. Besides that pauldron of his.
Him and his unit wore experimental strength enhancing armor. Did not know that.
Oh, that makes okay. Yeah.
I don't think that has to do with this helmet.
No, yeah. He kept the helmet. He's like, it just makes me smarter, bro.
It just looks like he's got a swollen jaw, like somebody.
Right. Next is, unless it's a specific person, that's just the Coruscant Guard.
It's not a specific, and it's the.
It's not Fox.
No, it's the later version of them.
Okay, we're gonna put that in good because that guy's like a nobody.
Shock ones, aren't they?
Yeah, shock troopers. Yes, shock troopers. So like they protect Coruscant. They guard Moffs. They guard.
They call them shock troopers with the run by Commander Fox. This is the Phase 3, I believe.
Yeah. We also now have
coming up too. So
right, we have the rocket trooper next, which I'll put that as okay. They're annoying as hell in Jedi Survivor.
With a better weapon, essentially.
Yep. Next is an iconic.
The Scout Trooper. Awesome helmet design.
Yep, definitely good.
I'm not a big fan of the rest of the armor besides the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
The Scouts.
Big on speeder bikes.
Scout variant you can run into because they show in indoor, which really dumb to use speeder bikes in a force like that. Cause there's so many things you could run into. Supposed to be pretty good snipers though.
Yep. That's one of their main things. It's supposed to be a sniper class and stuff like that. Next is, I don't know, it might be a very specific. Is that I'm Gonna Die? No, that's the Jedi Master. This is.
I will tell you. Give me one quick second.
So I'm trying. I know there was Jedi Master. I'm Gonna Die.
This is Thyre. He's a Coruscant guard.
Okay, that's man. I don't even care anymore then.
I don't think he's.
I don't even know who you are, bro.
Because the commander of the guard is coming up.
Right.
He's a lieutenant.
This is not even a trooper.
He eventually became one of Darth Sidious's prized Imperial shock trooper commanders. What?
Interesting.
I've never heard of him.
Would we even want to put these guys on the list? This is just the Praetorian Guard. This is the Senate Guard. This is not a trooper.
The guard or troopers?
Not in the Imperial Age.
Well, that's the clone version.
That is the clone version? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought blue.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't know those were clones under there. I thought they were still just
No, those are clones.
Then they're okay. Okay, I was gonna say I didn't want to take them away because they're very personally trained. They're great at hand-to-hand combat, close quarters combat. Very, very unique look, which kind of hides all their weapons besides that giant staff they all carry, that electro staff.
Those are the Senate Guard, I believe.
Yeah, Senate Guard. I put them in great again because they're are good because they're specialized to hand-to-hand combat. Their design, the helmet design is awesome with the dual floofs.
Supreme Chancer. They may have changed. It may not be part of.
See, that's the thing. I don't know if they're troopers.
Boys in Blue was their elite security force, Galactic Republic. Duties protect public from chance Senate guard, center to Galactic. Description: Senate guard. Well, they have clone armor though. I don't know if you.
I was gonna say if they're if they're involved in the Galactic Army, then they're a trooper. That's how that works.
Because there's an episode of the Clone Wars, where they do have clone armor.
Yeah.
I sent you a picture real quick.
Yeah, I believe I remember that one. Yeah. But that's a different crest as well.
They're not clones because I'm just seeing their captain without his helmet on.
Okay.
But they have armor, so you could argue they are technically, in a way, a trooper.
Could argue it.
I think during the Clone Wars, they weren't as powerful because I think some of them were just uppity jerks. I remember in the Clone Wars. I don't know. I don't know what's canon and not canon about these guys anymore. Honestly.
Right.
Because I know in the Senate Guard, the Praetorian Guard used to be really powerful, but I think they got rid of some of that. Anyways,
I like the design. Whatever. Is this I think this might just be a normal TIE pilot, or is this the? Let's see.
Oh, which one are you doing? That one, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah,
which
TIE pilot.
TIE pilots are very specially trained and supposed to have like high cognitive reflexes because flying a TIE is extremely hard.
I'm a fan of the helmet design quite a bit. I like the combination of an actual pilot helmet to their helmet.
Yeah.
It sucks that most of them are in TIE fighters because.
Well, they're also a dime a dozen because they have the highest mortality rate.
It sucks. Yeah, those are the TIE fighters. The design. They do get specialized version, which I don't know if they have them in this list.
Yeah.
They're usually painted different depending on. There's like different squadrons.
Oh, hey, look. Here's your clones. Here's your the clones. Put them in okay.
So the next one is
Senate Guard.
I don't remember what these guys are called.
Sort of a jump pack trooper. I don't know if that next one is Fox, because I see another one down here who might be Commander Fox. That might not be Fox. That might be his right-hand man.
That's the Imperial Heavy Trooper.
Oh, Imperial Heavy Trooper. That's more of a comics thing, I think.
They are from The Force Unleashed.
Oh, fun game.
Guard enemy.
We'll put them in okay, because no one was a big threat.
They're just in The Force Unleashed.
We gotta put, since I saw him, we gotta put him up here. Rex is definitely insane. Again, I love Rex, but he's popular because he was attached to Anakin. Commander Cody.
And he's up there. He's pretty impressive.
Let's see.
I like his design because it's so unique. But they are
okay. I'm confused. I don't know which one of those is supposed to be Commander Cody, so I'll just put them both up there.
Well, the one on the right is actually Darth Sidious.
Order 66, yeah.
Not actually Cody. It's the hologram of Darth Sidious. So.
Right, yeah, that doesn't count. That's not a clone. That's an Order 66.
Next, this one, yeah.
Which, yeah, I don't think that's Fox, because I think where is the other one? I think the one next to him might be Fox, because he has the comma.
I thought that was both versions of them. Maybe not. I don't know.
No, there's sadly, because I remember there was one. There's another one of the people in the Coruscant Guard who look exactly.
Oh no, it's either Fox or Thorn.
Right, it's Fox or Thorn. That's the problem. They look so similar.
Well, Fox gets another armor that looks really close to that as well.
Because I think this one, because that pauldron reminds me of.
Is that the one with the wings on his head?
Yes.
In the picture.
Yeah, this one here is the one with the wings on his head.
I don't think Fox has wings on his head.
Yeah, that's Thorn. We'll put him in gray.
Just a regular. I don't think he's anything special.
He's just he's the highest. He's the next ranking under Fox, I believe.
Yeah, he's not as good as. Fox.
Now this is a strange one to have in here. The Dark Trooper. Like as a trooper, these are they're amazing. They're almost just as strong as like Wrecker. They don't think really, but because they're droids.
Yeah.
I'd almost put him at insane because, again, if there was an entire battalion of these things really marching around, it'd be hard to beat him.
Yeah, it's different because you compare when you think of droids, you think of the Separatist army, but these guys are not your typical droid.
Oh yeah, Moff Gideon's little
honestly,
brainchild.
Probably give IG-88 a run for his money.
Yeah, I could see that. That'd actually be really cool if we get to see one of those Death Troopers or Dark Troopers just turned into a bounty hunter droid.
That seems like something you could do with the role-playing game.
Right. I would totally do that.
I think as a droid built itself as like the body, I think is stronger than IG-88. I think the only thing is IG-88 or 11, whichever variant you want to go with, they are more trained and they know more.
And 88's been around for a while.
Yeah, but they're a lot more stronger. There's not very many of them because they're expensive as heck.
Nothing like an HK though.
It's funny. It's like, oh yeah, we all of a sudden we have these when we don't have the resources to make these, but somehow we made these. So.
I also, for posterity's sake, I know I saw him, and I want to make sure he gets put in his correct area as we begin to wind down a little bit, as we're getting closer and closer to this being over. Scout Trooper. I think the Scout Trooper, or not Scout Trooper, but the Shore Trooper has a really awesome design. That's probably one of my favorite Imperial Stormtrooper variants.
I didn't think that I would like a new Stormtrooper design until the movie came out.
Yeah.
They are, sadly, we don't really get to see them utilized, but they're just a better version of the Scout Troopers.
Right. And the helmet, I think, looks way cooler.
They're super iconic design. And a similar design is also nearby after Rex, which is the Tank Troopers, which we often see. And I have the helmet. I really like the design.
Yeah, I think that's a really awesome design for the helmet. You don't need a lot of heavy armor.
I own the full costume, but shortly after I owned the costume,
here's Commander Gree.
I had to sell it, but I kept the helmet. So there's Phasma as well. Phasma is pretty cool.
I honestly that was one of the most disappointing things to me because I thought her character was brilliant. I loved the armor. I loved the training, the menacing, and then
it's like there's like her and some of the other characters.
Now this is Clone 99. There we go.
Got screwed over.
Clone 99, he belongs in Ultima because he's just the goodest clone ever. He's just trying to help. And
one thing I think is pretty iconic that isn't that good of a trooper, but it's near the top row. It's the Sand Trooper that we get from Queen.
Yeah, no, that's one of the first. To me, that's great because that was the first. You can't think of Stormtroopers without. Where these are the droids you're looking for. Move along. Super iconic scene. I love the design. Just throwing a backpack and that pauldron on the Stormtrooper armor. Love it.
The ammo pouches on the shoulder as well.
Yeah. Big, heavy, repeating blaster.
They're just German World War II pouches, but it looks cool.
Yeah, and it's just a big German gun. Or no, is it a German gun that big blaster is designed off of, or is it like a bar?
Yeah, it's a machine gun.
Yeah.
I don't remember which model it is. I'd have to look it up.
But also World War II, yeah.
It's barely changed. It's really close to the actual machine gun.
Let's see here. We'll grab a few more of the other really important ones. We definitely want the Clone Commandos. Okay, well, we got Hunter.
Clone Commando down there if you want to do that. Hunter's just broken.
Yeah, he's just broken.
The design is broken. There's a clone with a shield. I don't remember seeing that ever.
Neither. Here's Gregor. He's a Clone Commando who is insane but awesome. Now this one, I'm surprised they put this guy in here. To me, I would at least have to put this guy in Great, just because I love the difference of the armor.
I'm
that is
90% sure that if you go down, there's actually Obi-Wan in there.
There is, with the entire other battalion and Cody.
Well, he's in the armor, as I'm talking about. If you scroll down.
Oh, yeah. I'll put him at least in okay, but this is the Sith Trooper from the Old Republic.
Yeah. That shouldn't be there at all. Scroll down. If you look at the
right about, let's see, there's Obi-Wan.
No, I'm not talking about that one. He's also down in the bottom row in the middle.
Oh yeah. Now, okay, but that's a cool scene. Like, I would almost put this at
I almost
good.
they did a sideshow figure of him in that armor, and I
It's
almost
not even because of Obi-Wan. It's because these are mounted Lance clones.
I just like Obi-Wan in the armor.
Like, that's just dope.
The original, the Obi-Wan and the Jedi's when they do the full on, because it makes one do as well.
Yeah.
And I love that. I wish they did that better than the little armor on the top. I wish they did like the full. I think it's awesome.
Right. Now, I know another one of these that I really wanted to put up on high because they're one of my personal favorites. Because again, Beehive helmet, but a really awesome the Purge Trooper. Yeah, because of course the Purge Trooper is specially designed to take on Jedi. Specially designed to use all these really awesome electro weapons.
You also got 99 down there. Hunchback himself.
Oh, I put him up at Ultima. Don't worry, because
you already put 99.
Yeah, he's already at Ultima because he deserves that. Bakar is in here twice. Normal Stormtrooper, I would put they as a trooper, not good. They're very, very just meh. Their armor is less than clones.
It's crazy that that's a thing because well, one, they're so iconic. When you think of Star Wars,
so iconic, yes.
You either think of a lightsaber, Darth Vader, or a Stormtrooper.
Right.
Helmet. Or you think of, I want a Star Wars, design of something. I want a picture of Star Wars. I'm either gonna have a lightsaber or a Luke. I'm gonna have Darth Vader. I'm gonna have a Stormtrooper.
That's it.
But it's crazy because in the movies we get a mix. We get the references where like Obi-Wan says, "Oh,
this is too precise." Yeah, too precise to be Tusken Raiders.
Yeah, that would be. Well, it's too precise to have to be Stormtroopers.
Yeah.
You have, you have different outsources that show Stormtroopers are really good.
But they can't kill the main characters, of course, because then the story ends. So when we watch the movies, they can't hit anything.
And then you get the joke, and then the joke kind of bleeds off into other sources, and you get it in the games. They're just fodder for the game. Of course, there's so many Stormtroopers you get varied. As you think in the Star Wars universe, at their time, they are probably one of the best soldiers you can get because they're the only few trained soldiers you can get.
Right.
Compared to the clone troopers, they're not as well trained.
But they do, of course, I mean, after the Empire falls, it's these random remnants of the Empire, these stormtroopers, who become warlords and take over parts of space because they're still, like you said, they're trained warriors with the equipment, with the training, with the armaments and the supplies. So it's like, they give a bad shtick because, again, plot armor. They can't shoot Luke Skywalker.
One thing that hurts them is they have the E11, which I think is a terrible blaster.
And their armor. Yeah, their armor is horrible, too.
Well, when you're not fighting a lightsaber heavy blaster, it's actually pretty decent, but, we only see them fighting that, so they're terrible.
But then, like, even Rex says, with the helmets, he goes, in Rebels, he's like, how do they see out of these things?
Well, yeah, because they have individual eye holes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's such an iconic design.
It is.
I think with the Stormtrooper, it'd be a good thing to end with that because...
Yep. It'd be a good place to end.
Stormtrooper was the original design that kind of started it all.
I'm happy with where the sequels and the First Order went. It's a really fun twist on the design. Love the Clone Wars and the clone helmet because of how like iconic all the colors became. But like as just the in general stark white general trooper helmet, Stormtroopers are they're always going to be like one of the top things used in any image search for Star Wars.
I can still hear the clattering of several Stormtroopers running down the hallway.
Yeah.
The iconic muffled of them talking through the microphone and their helmet.
One of my favorite things ever, the most iconic scene that I caught as a child, and I pointed out before I saw the blooper reels, is the trooper who hits his head on the door in A New Hope.
Yeah, I'm the weird kid that when I see it, I'm like, I'd rather be the Stormtrooper than the Jedi.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the blaster. I was more to the bounty hunters personally, but I like design. Really simple, really close to the original McQuarrie design.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy about it.
Now, of course, in the original design, I actually have one of those little pops here. It's crazy because in the original design they had lightsabers. Because back in the day, everybody had a lightsaber.
Well, that's where the the round part on the back came from was originally the holster for the lightsaber.
Yep. But icon again, yeah, like you said, iconic design. In the comics, in the books, Stormtroopers are terrifying. Like they earn their name. But when you're going against the heroes and the Jedi, you just get cut up, of course.
Yeah, and when you see shows, you don't want to see your hero immediately die.
Right. If Luke Skywalker got shot in A New Hope, that Star Wars is over.
That's what's a good thing and a bad thing we see with Andor when we see more realistic. Because Andor does like we did the diving shot, which was kind of ridiculous. But we see Stormtroopers in other settings with normal people and how devastating they can be.
Yeah.
And yeah, we see that Jango Fett's the granddaddy and lore, but in actuality of Star Wars, the Stormtroopers the granddaddy.
Yep. Exactly.
Like I said, you think of Trooper, you think of the Storm.
Yep. Well, guys, down in the comment section, make sure to tell us what your favorite Trooper is from whatever era. If it's a specific group, if it's a specific clone, a specific type of Trooper himself, do let us know. Be sure to, of course, subscribe to the channel for future podcasts and videos. Make sure to like this one because we were happy to see we almost got a lot of viewers on this one, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. That was a lot of fun. Have an amazing rest of your day, and as always, may the Force serve you well.
And may the Force be with you.
Nice. That was a good one. We had a lot of stream on or viewers on that one.
I think do I still have